Yes, people, what's happening? We're here in Alicante, Spain. Spent the week with Franco Tenaglia, and we're just going to do an interview now ahead of BKFC 67 in Marbella, Spain. Oh, some drinks.
It's always good to have some women around.
Been tracked like this all week, by the way. 5-star.
Gracias. It's like a gay thing, you know, romantic thing, this one.
Mate it. But I was wondering if we could start, Franco, by talking about what's the story been like. Did you expect at BKFC 27 when you fought Chaz Simmons to be headlining in Marbella for the world title?
Yeah, I always expect, in everything I do in life, I always expect to make like big things, and I am not surprised about where I am now, where I'm gonna be in the future, because I know who I am, you know, so I always expected to go. I didn't know it's gonna be that quick, you know, because it's only after like 3 fights, but because I give like crazy performance, you've seen it yourself.
Yeah.
I always like offer like good fights, so I have the opportunity, you know, to keep showing myself and to have like to make the promotion better, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And have you enjoyed the BKFC journey you've been on so far?
Of course, bro. I love the environment. As I told you, it's for me it's very important to be in an environment where you feel a part of it, you know. And BKFC is for really hard people, and all the people that they are involved in BKFC, they all like hard people, you know. Very like I respect like all of them, you know. They are like proper men. So like I love them, man. I love to be around like hard guys, you know.
And with you always coming over to the UK to fight, being the away guy, do you always feel like you've sort of been the underdog going in there? People expecting you to lose in the fight with you being the away fighter, and you've always come out on top.
Yes, I think in all the fights I had in the UK, they all expect me to lose, you know, because they put me against like very hard opponents, and I knock all of them down, you know. So I that's why I think I also like make big steps in the company, and yeah, man, that's even better because you get more money if you bet for me, you know. So like
Yeah.
I can help my family and my friends, you know. So bet everything, guys.
Yes. And how is camp going for this fight? The world title fight you've got coming up with Tony Soto. How's your camp going?
Very well, man. I always like train hard. I train like old school, you know, like Rocky movies, because I believe in that. I like all the school stuff. I like simple stuff, so I always do that, you know. I don't think this like new like ways of training, you know, like exercise and stuff like that, they're gonna change a lot. So I believe in the old school thing, and it's been great, you know. It's been great. Look where we are at. Like I live like almost like in front of the beach, you know. My house is like 4 minutes away, so it's like I live in a paradise. I train in a very, very good gym, you know. I think one of the best gyms in Europe, and I love it, man. Training hard.
Yeah, the lifestyle that you've got's amazing. Like, you've got a beautiful house, the sea. Like, on the morning you wake up, go for a nice run down the beach, a little swim, then you go and see obviously your friends that are like a family in the gym, and they're all killers. Like, the sparring and everything you've got's perfect. And in boxing or MMA, you just got a gym full of killers. Like, would you say this is the perfect settings to train and be a fighter?
Yeah. I think Alicante, the city, man, is. I've been all over the world, and Alicante, I think, is great because it's in Europe, so it's like close to everything, and the weather is so nice. The level of like combat here, like boxing. I'm not only talking about boxing, you know, everything, MMA in general. It's very high. We have very good competitors, so I think it's a great spot to come and make a living of fighting here, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And would you say this is your hardest test to date? Like, truthfully, do you believe this is going to be your hardest test to date or not with Tony Soto?
No, I think I'm going to have harder tests in the future. I think I had already like harder tests. I don't think my opponent, like I never underestimate anybody, you know, like I always say, like even like anyone can get knocked out, you know, so I never underestimate my opponents, but I think I fought like harder guys before, you know, like Luke Nevin, James Lilly, those guys are fucking tough, man. So if I beat them, I feel very comfortable going to this fight, you know.
Yeah, of course. And what motivates you to get up in the morning? Like, you're up first thing, you're training all day long. Like, you don't stop, do you, mate? You do not stop until daft o'clock at night.
Yeah.
What motivates you?
Well, motivation is like you are not always motivated, you know, but it's more like the discipline I have. But as we speak before, like I always remember every day of my life in like the poor I was at some point, you know, and all the suffering I used to go through to get to where I am now. So that's motivate me, you know. I sacrifice too much to get here, so I'm not gonna waste the opportunity, you know, to make it.
Yeah, yeah. And besides fighting and family and that, what means most to you in the world?
Honor. Besides fighting and family?
Yeah.
Honor. You know honor?
Yeah, honour.
Yeah, honor.
Yeah, 100% class. 2-6.
Because I think we are made of this, you know. This is our values, you know, our way to see life, our philosophy. So honor is very, very important, you know. So that's why, like, for me, it's very important. That's why I keep myself real, and I will always keep myself real, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And even though you're living your life over here now, like I say, you've got a beautiful house, you've got a great team around you, you don't want for nothing. Do you still feel like you're the young man that left Argentina inside?
Of course, man. I will never forget that, you know. Like, even though, like, some, like, as you say, like, I am very grateful, and that I live in a nice house now. I live with, I do whatever I want to do, you know. I manage my own life, but I always remember every day, you know, with like all the way I have to walk, you know, to get here, you know, like all the things I've been through to get here, and I think that's the key of my success, you know. I see that in the fight, you know, like I can see fighters, you know, when you cannot like simulate like feelings sometimes if you never had it, you know.
Yeah.
So I had these feelings. I've been in those situations, so I know how it feels, and that give me that extra power, you know, that the other fighters, they don't have. They all talk about like coming from like hard environments and stuff like that, but most of them, they all have like a family around, or like they all have like a friends, or a little bit of money or whatever. I had nothing, man, nothing. I didn't have even like health at some point, you know.
Yeah.
I had no even freedom, man. I was locked, you know, in a foreign country, you know. So it's like all these things, when you put men in like extreme conditions, and that's where you test yourself. You test your mind, you test your body, and you know yourself, who you really are. So that's why I think that's the key of my success, you know. Remember every day who I used to be, you know.
Yeah, and when you're using all this emotion, when you're going into a bare knuckle fight, when does like the adrenaline start kicking in, the emotion, when you're sort of not getting angry, but you want to, you know what I mean? When does it kick in the fight? Is it when you get hit, when you're walking out? Like, when does all the adrenaline kick in?
The adrenaline is kicking 24/7 from when I wake up till when I go to sleep, man.
100%.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's the thing, man. It's always kicking, man.
And what can we expect to see at BKFC 67 against Tony Soto on the 12th of October?
Well, you're gonna see a different approach of fighting, and you're gonna see how quickly one guy can go to sleep, you know.
Where do you see yourself going after this fight?
Well, I see myself like defending the title in big stadiums, you know, in big even like bigger events, and I see myself. I would like to go to America and show these people, you know. I would like to, because America also have like a very like good fighting culture. So I would like to get there also to show them who I am, you know.
Yeah, and you sort of know what the Spanish fans and that are like. Do you believe that BKFC will go far in Spain?
Of course, man. Of course. As you see, man, the weather here is great. The people, some people, they live in Spain because they come here only to enjoy it. You know, so it's a lot of things to do, and they also have like a very strong fighting culture. But it was not like a promotion that they can get their attention. I think BKFC, and I think like fighters, we can make that happen. You know, and you know, Spain, they have a lot of great venues, a lot of great cities, very busy with people that they are in holidays, or people that they here only like spending a lot of money, and they will make big things in Spain. I'm 100% sure. I will make sure that is going to happen, you know.
Yeah. And what would Franco Tenaglia be doing if he wasn't fighting?
Sorry?
What would you be doing if you weren't fighting?
Well, probably, man, I will be doing some like crazy stuff, like trying to steal like a bank or like try to rob a bank or some shit, some crazy shit like that, man. Like I love adrenaline. I don't mind dying doing what I love, you know. And you know, I am, you know, I think the society, they need to be very thankful that I am making my way as a fighter, because if not, like, I don't know, man, I will find like crazy things and I will do all this like crazy stuff, you know, because I could not live without this adrenaline, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Any teams you want to give like a big up to before we wrap the interview up?
So say again?
Is there any shout outs or like sponsors, anything like that you want to give a shout out to?
No, well, I want to thank all my sponsors. You know, I have too many now, so it's that's good, you know. But I keep the same that I have from the beginning, and those are like I love these guys. And of course, I want to thank you guys for like making this also like exposure, social media and stuff like that. And you know, I want to thank my friends, my close friends. You know, the guys that they are with me in the gym every day. You know, like some fighters, they forget about these guys. You know, and we are not good fighters if we don't have like training partners, you know. So I want to thank my teammates, you know.
Yeah, and I just want to thank you, mate, for obviously looking after us all week, letting us stay at your house, treating us like kings in it, bro. And yeah, mate, fucking until next time. Bye all, thank you. Let's go, BKFC 67, Franco Tenaglia, king of the streets, king of Alicante, let's go.